Hello. I'm just walking around, just getting some pictures and video. Here you have accounting.
Huh?
I was just walking around, just getting some pictures and video.
Pictures?
Yeah.
We don't do pictures in here.
Why not?
We don't
Why
like
are you doing
pictures.
pictures?
We don't like pictures.
I'm a journalist, gathering content for a story.
Well, you're going to have to go through our public relations department.
All right.
What kind of story are you looking for?
I don't want to disclose that right now.
Well,
Hey, don't grab my phone, sir. Do not grab my phone.
you ain't gonna start this mess.
Don't grab my phone. That's assault.
You need to get on out.
Don't grab my phone. Don't touch me.
Why?
Don't touch me.
What are you here for?
I'm gathering content for a story. Don't touch me. You have no right to touch me.
You have no right to be in this building.
Is this not a public building?
No.
Mississippi Department of Transportation.
Look off, cops.
Okay.
Call them. They'll give you an education today. I'm not doing a thing wrong.
Education too.
Sure.
You need to go on out.
You need to not touch me and let me go about my way.
You need to get on out of the building.
I'm just going to keep walking around gathering my content.
For what? That's fine. The police are on their way for you.
Okay.
You need to go downstairs. We can tell you where you can go in this building.
So,
Go downstairs.
is this or is this not a public building?
Go downstairs.
Is this or is this not a public building?
It is, but we
Can I get
tell
your
you-
name?
No.
No?
No.
Can't give orders without giving your name.
Yeah, I can. What's your name?
You're the one that approached me. I didn't approach you.
You need to get downstairs now.
I didn't approach
You
you.
need to get downstairs now.
All right.
We might can't keep you out of this building, but we can keep you out of parts of it. You go to the
Is it not-
Go to the lobby. Go to the lobby.
You ain't gonna start this mess.
Don't grab my phone. That's assault.
You need to get on out.
Don't grab my phone. Don't touch me.
Why?
Don't touch me.
What are you here for?
I'm gathering content for a story. Don't touch me. You have no right to touch me.
You have no right to be in this building.
Is this not a public building?
No.
Mississippi Department of Transportation.
Look off, cops.
Okay.
Call them. They'll give you an education today. I'm not doing a thing wrong.
Education too.
Sure.
You need to go on out.
You need to not touch me and let me go about my way.
You need to get on out of the building.
I'm just going to keep walking around gathering my content.
For what? That's fine. The police are on their way for you.
Okay.
You need to go downstairs. We can tell you where you can go in this building.
So,
Go downstairs.
is this or is this not a public building?
Go downstairs.
Is this or is this not a public
It
building?
is, but we
Can I
can
get
tell
your
you-
name?
No.
No?
No.
You can't give orders without giving your name.
Yeah, I can. What's your name?
You're the one that approached me. I didn't approach you.
You need to get downstairs now.
I didn't approach
You
you.
need to get downstairs now.
All right.
We might can't keep you out of this building, but we can keep you out of parts of it. You go to the
Is it not-
lobby. Go to the lobby. Go to the lobby. No, you go. No, you go.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You don't push me. That's assault. Let's call the cops. Call the cops.
Call them.
Call them. You just shoved me.
Oh, you got a phone?
All right.
And you got one on the stick.
Y'all see that? Oh my God. Look at it. He shoved me. First grabbed my phone, then shoved me just now. This is crazy. Who do these people think they are? call, well, actually, they called him. I'll wait for him. Got the evidence on video. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. First, the guy comes up to me, brushes his shoulder, and tries to grab my cell phone, to which I move away from him. I continue going about my way, recording the publicly accessible spaces in the building. Guy gets very, very aggressive. Puts his hands on me again upstairs. Tries to put his hands on me upstairs again. We're going down the stairs. As soon as we get to the front lobby, as soon as we're going into the front lobby, he puts both hands on me and shoves me. You know, they're going to get an education today on this. That was completely uncalled for. That has nothing to do with the city of Batesville, okay? The city of Batesville did a great job overcoming, repairing their ordinance. I walk into the Mississippi Department of Transportation, a public building, and you see how public employees act. Guy wouldn't identify himself. He approached me. I didn't approach him. He engaged me and then assaulted me. Yes, ma'am. Do y'all, did the Mississippi Department of Transportation already put in a call to come up here? Yeah, I need a unit. I was assaulted inside of the building. I have it all on video. I was calling because I was not sure whether or not they actually called, and somebody is en route. Okay, all right. I was assaulted. I would just prefer to speak to the officer once he gets up here. I would rather discuss it with the police. He's actually pulling up right now. Thank you. Bye. Hey, sir, I need to get his name. He assaulted me inside. I have it all on video. He grabbed... I want to press charges.
Walking around doing it. He asked me what he's doing. All he tells us is he's video. He was told to get out of the building so he could have to. Well, in the public building, I told him to come to the lobby. He did not want to go to the lobby, so all I did is turn him and pushed him in the wall.
That's assault.
That's not assault, buddy.
To push, you put your hands on me, that's assault. That is assault. If you grab my phone, it's assault.
I'll talk to you in just a second, okay? Let me talk to him and I'll be with you, all right?
I told you you'd get an education today.
You must be mad.
He assaulted me.
Who assaulted you?
He put his hands on me and shoved me. He even admitted to it. It's on video. I want to press charges.
He's supposed to stop at the front desk. He did not. He was asked what he was doing. He never said. All he said he was filming. Can you show me what door you went up?
You mind just standing right here? We'll be with you in a second.
Yes, sir. Can I not,
Just stay
just,
right there for
okay.
right now.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
We're gonna talk to him first.
Yes, sir.
Been a crime committed. Just stay right there for just a minute.
I understand. Doesn't look like I'll be going to the post office today, guys. This is going to take us right there to closing time for the post office. How stupid could the guy get? He even admitted to the cop. He put both hands on me and shoved me, thinking that that was not an assault. All he had to do was grab my cell phone for it to be an assault and an attempted theft. Admitted to shoving me. I didn't put my hands on him. He shoved me. He's going to jail today. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What I should have done is beat his ass when he put his hands on me. But it's all on video. Let's see. We've got Unit 6 right here. Stand by, guys. And that thing's slick. Got Unit 17 right here. What do y'all think happens? Do you think they take him to jail? I think they have to. I think the evidence shows that he shoved me. He even admitted to shoving me. Putting your hands on somebody like that is assault. It's the very definition of assault. And it's a very unfair system. If he can get away with putting his hands on me, grabbing my phone, trying to put hands on me upstairs. And then as I'm coming down the stairs and into the lobby, he shoves me. Shoves me. Yes, I went past the front desk. The lady never said anything other than, "Can I help you?" I said I was gathering content for a story. Carried on about my way. She didn't tell me to stop, and honestly, they had no authority to make me stop. It's a public building. I was walking the publicly accessible spaces of this building. Privacy is created by closing a door. I promote accountability and transparency in government buildings. Okay? And this blowhard jackass wanted to put his hands on me. What the fuck? Crazy. Y'all share this live stream. Share it. Share it, share it, share it. They can't get me on trespassing charges. You can't be trespassed from a public building. Nobody asked me. When I went into the lobby, the lady at the front desk didn't tell me to leave. I simply was walking the publicly accessible areas of the building. I can be, the very most that can happen is I can be ordered to leave by the police if there's legitimate reason. However, any type of legitimate reason went out the window when he put his hands on me, when he shoved me. It is assault. 100% it's assault. So he's going to go to jail today for assault. And because of his stupid actions, he's going to get a little extra exposure on YouTube that he probably wasn't expecting when he came to work today. And the Mississippi Department of Transportation is certainly going to get a little exposure. And I hope they fire him. 100%. I hope they fire him. He needs to be fired. He's a dangerous person to work for the public. Those are the type of people that need to be gone. They better charge him. Accountability, accountability, accountability. Because God knows if that was me, if I even lifted a hand to put a hand on, I would have been charged with assault. Guaranteed. 100% guaranteed. I've seen police officers get criminally charged, lose their job, and get criminally charged for similar issues such as that. Nobody is immune to the laws. Sometimes it may seem that way. Trust me, there are areas that actually take things seriously, actually uphold the law evenly, the way that they're supposed to. Share the stream, guys. Share the stream. Oh, look at him. Hold on. Stay tuned. Hey, man. So what's happening? Are y'all charging him? Are y'all charging him with assault?
Let my lieutenant walk in here. Okay?
All right.
Doing good today, though?
I'm good, man. I actually had a great time at City Hall. The mayor actually walked back the policy on not recording in city
How you
buildings.
doing today? I'm
Good.
Lieutenant Parrish. I think I talked to you on the
Yeah.
phone.
Oh, I meant to get your name, badge number
Yeah,
as well.
my name is Lieutenant Parrish.
Okay.
Lieutenant Will Parrish. My badge number is B35.
Yes, sir.
This is Officer Matthew Brown.
Yes, sir.
And his badge number is B74.
Good deal. Good deal.
Okay. So, I understand. Did I talk to you on the phone?
No.
What's your name?
It's Matt.
Matt. I did talk to you on the phone.
Did you?
Yes, sir, I did, the other day. Yeah, you called me and you were telling me what y'all were going to be doing, this and that. Don't you
No.
remember? Yeah.
Well, I called yesterday to see if I could get the chief to call me back because I was going to ask him some
Right.
questions about.
Well, you also called me because I talked to you on the phone. You told me your name was Matt and what you were doing.
I forgot all about calling up there.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
We talked.
Yeah.
So, here's the thing. We know you can do this. You can do this.
Yeah.
You can go in and you can film in the lobbies, anywhere that's not an unauthorized area.
Right.
Okay. As far as the fella that grabs you or whatever,
Push me. I have it all on video.
You're more than welcome to come to the PD and file charges on you. Okay.
Yeah, if y'all aren't going to arrest him right here
No,
on the
we
spot,
can't. We didn't see it, so you have to file charges.
I've got video though. I can show you the video.
No, it doesn't work like that. You have to file charges on him. Okay. I can't file charges on him. You have to.
Okay.
But if you come to the PD and file charges for him, you can come into the lobby with all that. But when you go to the non-access thing, that's got to come off. Okay, that's a non. You know that. You know the way the,
I
you know
do
the way
this.
the
I do
Constitution
this.
is.
I do this for my safety.
I understand that.
Just like
but-
y'all have body
I understand
cameras.
That, I understand that. But what I'm trying to say is if you come over there to file charges, you will be in a safe environment. We'll come in and let you file charges, just like any other person in the public can do.
Nobody can come out and actually take the report and look at it. Or I mean, this is the first time I've heard of like having the evidence it happening right here. Y'all getting a call, the assault, him admitting. He even admitted to the assault. He said, "Yes, I shoved him."
Well,
he didn't
that's
look
what
at
I'm
it.
saying. To do it, you've got to file charges.
But I'm
Because he
saying that I
assaulted
want
you,
to.
not me. He didn't assault him. He assaulted you. So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you
If
can't.
it was me though,
Well, I mean,
like
I'm
I would
just
have
telling you what
gone
the law
straight to
is.
jail.
You know how the law is. You're doing this for the law, and I'm telling you how the law is. You
yeah.
have to file charges. If you want to file charges, you can go to that police department. Just like everybody else. If it was him, I tell him the same way.
But I know domestics and family
Domestic's a
disturbances.
whole nother different
Y'all can take a report there on site
But
and make an
domestic's a
arrest.
whole nother thing. We're not talking about domestic. We're talking about simple assault.
Right.
Okay,
well,
so you have to-
assault and battery.
No battery.
There was also attempted theft because he tried to grab my cell phone.
It's
He
like
actually
I said, you would have
grabbed
to come up to the station and file charges, okay?
Okay.
And when you come to the police department, you know how that works. When you go to an area that's unauthorized for you to be in, you have to cut all that camera equipment off. We don't allow it. So you can come up there. I'm not telling you can't. I would tell him the same thing. He can't have a camera in there either. Okay? There's cameras out the PD for your safety.
I understand that.
That's for your safety.
I've
And-
had cameras disappear. That's why, like, my camera not going to disappear.
Well,
Video not
I'm
going to
not.
disappear.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just telling
Yeah.
you that by law,
Yeah.
and because of the way the way this works, you're
Yeah.
more than welcome to go in there and look around and all that stuff. You're more than welcome to go to City Hall and do the same thing. Look around, do all that stuff because of what the Constitution says.
I got the mayor to walk back the policy. That was what I wanted. I didn't
Okay.
want to have to sue. I didn't
Right.
want to have to, like, I didn't want Batesville to look
Right.
any worse. I wanted them to actually fix.
Right, and we don't
everything,
we don't look bad
and-
either.
yeah.
I'm trying
No,
to
you've been
explain
very
to you,
professional.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to explain to you that if you, the way it works, if
Yeah.
you, on a simple assault, you have to go file charges. If you want to file charges on him, then you would go to the police department, walk in the lobby, sit down in the lobby, they'll call for an officer. Their officer will come up there, they'll tell you, hey, you need to cut your camera equipment off.
They can't just take it in the lobby though. We can't just handle everything
No,
where I
because
can
you
actually.
have to sign charges. You have to do a written statement. You have to write out a statement. Yeah, we have to do paperwork
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? And then we get a type up a warrant, and then you get up in front of them and you swear to it, blah 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 blah. I swear that this is true. And once you're in the lobby, if you want to cut all that back on, that's fine. If you can't, you know what the law says. You can't go past a door that's marked. You can't go through.
Yeah. No, I know. It's publicly accessible.
Right.
So,
if it's public, anything publicly accessible, you can go in.
Yeah.
But for that part of that, you could.
Right. What's his name?
Huh?
The guy in there.
You have to ask these fellas right here. They work for me. I didn't get his name.
How would I press charges without having his name? I mean, y'all talked to him. Why didn't y'all get his name? Come on, man.
Well, he told me all he did was he told you to turn around and come back down the
He
hall.
admitted outside to the officer that he shoved me.
He tell you that he shoved you?
Yes. Why didn't y'all get his name?
I don't know. He's in a government building. I mean, you've got the right to ask for all that.
What's the guy's name?
Am I obliged to tell him?
Yeah.
David Evans.
David Evans. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, like I say, if you want to go that route, you're more than free to go do that. Okay. You know where to go for that.
Yeah.
You know where the police department's at. And as far as any of these, the library, any of these public buildings, government buildings, if you want to walk through them, have at it. If anybody gives you any issues, just this is my thing. Ben, I've never talked to you before. I've never seen you before. Don't know who you are. But if you're going to do that, I'm not asking until you got to ask permission. But if you do want to call the police department and say, hey, I'm over here to film for my safety.
Right.
Can y'all come over here with me? And if it's public accessible, heck, I'll walk you through the building and show you everything you want to see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have any problem with that. We'll protect you.
Right. Well,
we don't want you to get hurt.
My goal is not to, if law enforcement's called up there, okay, but it's to make sure there's no jackasses that do stuff like that are on taxpayers' dollars that put their hands on somebody.
See what the problem is, and you know what the problem is. You've got guys these people that have no idea what a First Amendment is.
But they should still take their.
Right. But these
right.
You're not talking about like me and him. We're law enforcement.
Right.
So we know it.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Y'all got a lecture about it.
We know what's going on.
Yeah.
We know what right and wrong. You're talking about people that are, they work for MDOT, but for the most part they're civilians.
Right.
They have no idea what's going on. They know what the Constitution is because they read about it in high school and college.
See, I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I took an oath. That oath was a lifelong oath. The Constitution is very important to me in protecting it.
And it is to us too.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like these guys up here that don't know what the First Amendment is.
Right.
I mean, they don't know. They don't know, and they see you walking in the building, okay, and they're not law enforcement like me. So when I see you, I know exactly what's going on. I was like, they're doing audit. You know what I'm talking about? Let's go up there and make sure everything's good. Explain to them what's going on. That's why I'm saying, you don't have to do that. But I mean, if you want to walk into a business or building, and you go into a government building, people will go, whoa, what's he doing? This is the world we live in.
Right.
Nobody's saying you can't do it, but I'm saying if it was me and I was doing what you're doing, I'm not breaking any laws. Right. I'm gonna call. Okay, this is a government building. I don't know what kind of police officers are here. I don't know what's going on. Hey man, I'm doing an audit. My name blah blah blah. On film. I'm fixing to walk in here and I'm fixing to film. This is what this is. What's your name, ma'am? Is there any way I can get this record, anything that you can get that's public accessible, get it.
Yeah.
And then if you wanna walk through the building, if an officer's with you, I'm pretty sure that most anybody in that building, if I walked in with you and I said, hey, he's coming up here, this is a First Amendment audit. He's walking through, he's just filming, he's gonna get some documentation.
But do you understand that it's not testing the compliance if the cops are with me and y'all are announcing what I'm doing?
No. I'm not. I understand what you're saying. But you also got to understand that when you're doing this, in the world that we live in today, there's a lot of sketchy people out here. Not saying you're sketchy,
right? But
there's a lot of sketchy people that, when you come walking in and stuff strapped to your chest and cameras, they don't know what's going on. There's been people on YouTube shoot people with GoPros on all the time. I mean, it just happened in Memphis. The guy gets out with a GoPro, starts walking around, he's shooting people in the thing with a GoPro on.
Well,
which
one
makes
thing,
it bad for you.
one thing is just about guaranteed for sure. You were
Right.
talking about how the employees don't know any better, don't
Right.
know the rights. I guarantee you,
They know
after
the rights
this,
now.
I guarantee you the Mississippi Department of Transportation is going to hold a training, and they're going to train people at their buildings like this, and this is going to be a
I
fine
agree with you
example of
100%.
what not to do.
I agree with you
You know,
100%.
there's one training that we have had,
Yeah.
and that's active shooter training. And one of those includes, you know, things to look for.
Right.
When you know, because we are a public building, that door is always open. Anybody could walk in here, but you had your bandana up over your face, didn't you?
Yeah, I had it up.
And you
Yeah.
had all these cameras, and some strange guy walking down the hall with a mask on with his cameras didn't say who he was, but just walking around. I mean, it did
And-
a lot of people freak out.
And
You gotta
8 months
understand.
ago, if you'd have walked in with a mask, nobody would even have thought anything about it because of
Right.
COVID.
Right.
But now, nobody's
before
wearing,
that,
but
yeah.
nobody's wearing
Yeah.
them. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's
Right.
wearing masks anymore.
Right. No, I know.
I'm not faulting you for what you do, and you've got a job, and you're doing it well. I mean, I see you on YouTube all the time. You're doing it. You go everywhere, and we know that. But we're law enforcement too, so we know who you are.
Yes, sir.
These folks don't.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I'm not taking up for nobody, but they don't know who you are. Okay, but
Right, but it still doesn't give the guy
I agree.
reason
But
to put his hands
but
on
you
me.
also
And,
you also got to
try
think
to-
it's just all it is like with his active shooter training. They're when you got officers of the building, their job is to call us, which he did, and then to push the people out. Get
not
everybody out.
literally push him out.
Okay,
I mean, that's,
get them
that's
out.
yeah.
Get 'em out. So what I'm saying, I'm not doubting what you're saying.
Right.
And if this officer says he said it, then just come up to the PD and I'll let you sign charges on him.
Okay.
Okay. All I'm asking you, from an officer standpoint, when we get to the PD, and you go into the unaccessible area of the public, you won't be able to have those cameras on.
Here's what I would like.
Okay.
I would like to give the guy the opportunity to properly apologize for putting his hands on me and trying to grab my phone.
Okay.
If he can do that,
Yes, I don't
and
have a
and
problem
be
with that.
and be
Can you
sincere,
call him and have him come up here and do that?
then
Yeah.
I will
Yeah.
skip.
We will definitely do that. I have no problem with that, and it's a learning experience for him as well.
Right.
Okay, but I'm just trying to explain to you kind of what's going on and why they're thinking what they're thinking. They walk in, you got a bandana on,
Right.
you got this GoPro on.
No, I
and,
understand.
You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
They're just gonna go get him, and like I said, we understand what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean,
We
it's
got you,
it's
we got you.
and you guys, you know,
And I think when you
Hey.
yes sir, you're good. When you called me the other day and you
Yeah.
were talking to me about it, I didn't know what you were talking about. I said, what is he talking? And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been a police officer for a long time, and I know what the First Amendment is, but I've never dealt with something like this.
right.
This officer has. So he now I'm a
I
lieutenant.
just I don't remember that call. I don't drink. I
It was
I
a
don't
morning
remember.
shift. It was a morning shift. It was when did we work? What morning was that? Sunday morning.
I don't.
You
That's
called me and
crazy.
talked to me.
Like I've been under a
Well,
lot
unless
of I've been
somebody
under a
else
lot of
used it, unless
stress.
somebody else
Yeah,
used your name.
that's possible too.
Because they called
yeah.
and they told me, so we had two calls. We had one call that said that they were somebody with an activist group,
Right.
and that they were going to come to Batesville, and they were coming Monday morning, and there was 60 people coming, and they were all going into the city hall to record.
Really.
Right.
I've seen comments of people talking
Right.
about like doing a mass audit, and that's why I couldn't be happier for the mayor and the board of aldermen to walk that back, because, you know, like I told the mayor, when you don't want something such as that and you enact something controversial like that and the word gets out, what you don't want is 100% going to happen, and it's going to happen 100 times worse. You basically invited mass audits into Batesville, people
Right.
to come and test you
I agree.
on that policy.
I agree.
You should have left it alone.
I agree.
Yeah.
And the thing is the second call was a guy that said your name. Said I'm Matt. I think something with R maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't remember your last name, but he said Matt and then the name, and he told me who he was, and he wanted to speak to me, the lieutenant on duty.
That was not.
and
that
I,
was
and
not
I
me.
talked to
Yeah.
him, and he said, so when my guys come up there to film, are you going to arrest them? I was like, hang on, sir. And he's like, no, you let me finish.
That was not
And
me.
and he finished his little spiel, and then I told him, I said, sir, I can't answer any of your questions. I don't know really what you're talking about. 'Cause
Yeah.
different shift see different things. I was
Right.
like, I don't really know what you're talking about. He said, you hadn't seen the YouTube video? And I was like, what YouTube video? You know, no, I haven't seen it. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't answer any of your questions without prior knowledge of what's going on. You'll have to talk to somebody above my pay grade.
Right.
And they said, no, you're a lieutenant. I can talk to you. I said, sir, once again, I'm sorry. I can't make any statements to you. I don't know what you want me to tell you, but I can't help you. You'll have to call somebody else. And
do not use my name. People out there, do not use my name and call on anything. That is crazy.
Right.
No, that was not me. I called yesterday to try to reach the chief because I was going to ask him if it came down to a decision on something that is questioned as unconstitutional or upholding the constitutional rights of a citizen. You know, if it comes down to your boss, the mayor, or the oath that you took, what would be the call from the chief? You know, the call from the top down, and hoping that I would get a call back, and I never got a call back.
What our chief told us is he agreed with us. He said that you have the right to do this.
Yeah.
You have the right to walk in. He told me to go in and explain to these people what exactly you were doing.
Yes, sir.
And that what you could actually do and you could not do.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I did. That's what I went in there and explained it to them. And of course, they were all mad.
Right.
And I said, look, you know, he has the right to be here. He can do that. This is a public building paid for by the citizens of Batesville.
Yeah.
And everywhere else. You know what I'm talking about? It's the state of Mississippi. So,
and I told him, I said, you're going to get educated today. And he's like, no, you're going to get educated. Okay, let's see. Call the cops.
So you know, they don't know.
Yeah.
People don't know. And what you did, it's a learning experience. They know now. People know now. Okay. He'll come back up here. You right at closing time.
Yeah.
Folks getting ready to go home.
Right.
Everything else. Probably, you know, if you'd have come up here at 10 in the morning, you probably wouldn't have ran into nobody in that building.
Right.
Because, you know, I've walked through here at 10 in the morning, I'm like, where's everybody at? You know, they're all in offices behind closed doors and you don't see anybody.
I went into the training building thinking that was actually MDOT. I didn't know that this was the main MDOT building. I just saw the sign that said MDOT. Went into the training building, and there was one person in there, like in one office, and that was it. I was like, wow, that's pretty empty. That is pretty empty. But
so,
yeah, I didn't realize.
The training center would be where they were going to do their training at.
Right.
And now I promise you, I bet you they're going to do a training on this now.
They're going to 100% do a training on it now. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Yeah, you know, my goal is to, you know, it's not to create any type of
fear.
It's not to create a fear, and it's not to create, like, to incite a, you know, to try to bait a cop or try to bait anybody else. But I'm going to stand firm on my rights, you know, and explain it. You know, if somebody continues on, I'm going to continue walking, and you know, this is the first time that there's actually been.
I know you're an activist.
Yeah.
And you know what you're doing. But have you ever thought about maybe educating? Like, I know this is education, but then when you come in and do it the way you did it, you got to expect a little bit of that reaction. It
depends on their demeanor. So the guy upstairs, and I'm sure, and you'll see whenever on the video, the guy upstairs, the way that he confronted me and came at me, he was angry. Like, there was no talking to the guy. He wasn't listening to a thing. I tried to, you know, I said, this is a public building. I'm in a publicly accessible space in the hallway, and he wasn't having it. He actually reached and grabbed my phone, tried to actually, you know, pull my phone off the gimbal. You know, I shifted shoulders and
like I say, once again, and like even when I went in there and was telling them that, they're like, seriously? I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
You can't do that. And so that's the point I'm saying. You know, what I'm getting at is, instead of maybe doing this, why? I mean, I know, once again, I'm not telling you got to ask permission, but I'm saying ideas.
Right.
If you're a Marine, ex-Marine, and you're wanting to educate people on what's right and what's wrong, and what's supposed to be done according to the Constitution of America. So why not, instead of doing it this way, why not get with these supervisors, these police chiefs, these mayors, and say, hey, look, this is who I am. This is what I do. I come here and I do this. Would you be opposed to me coming in and talking to the group as a whole and explaining to them what we actually do and why we're doing it.
Well, and I believe I'm definitely going to have that talk with MDOT, and
Right.
you know, there's a First Amendment auditor out of Long Island, New York,
Right.
Long Island Audit, and he's actually done several trainings with police stations, police departments on how to properly handle, you know,
Yes.
to not violate.
Right.
Yeah.
This, and
And,
that's what
and
they
I
need.
would like to do. I'm
Every
perfectly fine
government
with doing the
building
same
needs that
thing.
because
Yeah.
they don't know.
Yeah.
They really don't know. And you got to
Right.
I mean, you realize it's in the back of your mind. Okay, what's going to happen when I go in this building?
Right.
Who's thinks to confront me? I know you do. You've done enough of this. You got to expect it a little bit, right?
Yeah. It's a guarantee. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
But if in that case, they had training, like a real training, other than a virtual academy or some little video they watched, if they had somebody that came in and talked to them, then you're more apt to get a. I mean, not saying that you want to. That's what you want, but I think it goes a lot. Hands-on training goes further with me than me having to learn something like that.
I understand.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not trying to.
The only
downgrade
reason it
what
got-
you do.
and- yeah.
You're doing what you do, but
Yeah.
there's other ways that you can probably go about educating some of the state. Even if you don't talk to each individual office, where you can come in and still do that, go and talk to the head people at the state of Mississippi,
Right.
and say, hey, we want to do a training with y'all.
Right.
And then I want you to go out and disperse between all your MDOT headquarters, with your people, and let them have a watch the video or whatever. And then after they see the video, then when you come in here and walk through their building, you come walking in, you walk in right there, they know exactly who you are.
Right.
Or at least they have an idea.
Well, you know, the only reason why it got to this point was because it was escalated, because hands were put on. You know, it got physical.
I understand that.
And you know, once
Like
it gets
it- like I-
physical, it's escalated to the point where you guys are obviously going to get called. And you know, at that point, it really takes that second voice of y'all to say, you know, hey, this guy was doing
But
something
it's
that.
like I say, it's not knowing.
Right.
It's not being trained the way they need to be. They not knowing what you are and what you're doing and why. And all they see is they've had active shooter training. You come in with a mask and this on, and they're like, "What's this guy doing? Why is he in here? Is he thinks to shoot somebody?"
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Not saying you are, but
Well,
from experience with once again the internet.
but there's evil all around the country,
is,
and it
it
doesn't.
is.
And that's the thing. It's not fair to put a hypothetical on something, on an activity, and that's why as far as reasonable articulated suspicion, that is just walking around looking out of place, looking odd.
Right.
You know, doesn't rise to the level to give you the reasonable
No,
articulation.
it doesn't. But it's like you're saying, it's reasonable suspicion.
Yeah.
It's
But
not.
suspicion
It's not with
is
us,
not a
it's-
crime.
It's not with us. It's not like
Right.
probable cause. It's
Right.
it's reasonable suspicion. Like if hadn't happened here, but say in let's just go with Memphis, the guy that goes into the hardware store with the GoPro on,
Mhm.
and he's got a pistol, and he's walking through, meandering through on his video, and you see the YouTube video, and all of a sudden you see him raise his gun up and shoot somebody, pow, pow,
Right.
pow. And then he comes over here and pow, pow, pow. And then he runs and gets in his car and he goes to the gas station. YouTube video, and he gets out, pow, pow, pow.
But what's to stop somebody if they didn't have a camera and they weren't videoing and they were carrying, or maybe they were concealed carrying?
That's exactly.
You know,
that's
it
my
could happen.
point.
It could happen.
That's
anywhere,
that's my exact.
You know,
point. That's
and-
my exact point.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making.
At least you have a video of it for evidence
right.
purposes.
That's my whole point.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Sure.
You seeing their point of view, they have already seen your point of view.
Sure.
But now you see their point of view a little bit as to when you go. I'm not saying a police station, but something like this kind of a building that has no dealings with police.
Right.
I mean, the only dealings he's probably done with police is today.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He's not with like the commercial unit. They don't really intertwine. This is engineering. This is building the roads
Sure.
and the bridges and all that stuff. So they're not dealing with police issues. You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
they have no idea.
I got you.
I can promise you, the man that touched you, he has no idea. He had no idea what I'm talking about. He's like, "Are you serious? They can
Right.
do that?" I'm like, "Yes, They have the right to do that.
Right.
And you know, explain to them, you know, it's about education. That's what this is part of an education thing. You know, you walk in, you can go in the public accessible areas. Any public accessible areas, you're welcome to.
Right. Right.
If there's a sign that says, "Hey, I can't come in here," then you don't go in there.
Right.
And that's something that needs to be educated. They need to have that.
Yes, sir.
See what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I'm not faulting what you did. We agree with you. Yes, sir. Just like I say, just see it from their point of view.
I see it from their point of view, and that's why I'm trying to be.
You scared them a little bit.
Well, that's why I'm trying to be reasonable here, and you know, I could have insisted on, you know, coming up there and pressing charges. I'd like to give the guy the opportunity to apologize for
not knowing, just not
right.
knowing. I mean, he shouldn't. Yes. Maybe he should have. I can do the same thing. What ifs and all that. Maybe stop. Hey man, hey, who are you? And go from that point on.
Yes, sir.
I ain't got any luck. It has to be today.
He has then gone home for the day. Can you come up here another day and talk to him? Talk to you? I promise
Yeah.
you're a good guy.
Yeah, I will. I can do that.
All right, I need to know.
Well, I tell you what.
Let's just say this.
I can give you a call if you want. I'm not sure if I'll be back in Batesville tomorrow or not. You know, it's about 35 minutes away from me. So, like, unless I have a purpose for coming over here, and I've already, you know, I came to Batesville. Batesville did a good job repairing, you know, their image in City Hall today. So I have no reason really to come back and do this other than, you know, I would definitely like to address that situation, you know, and let him.
Right. Well, I guess what they're saying is, what's a good time for you?
That's what I was saying. If I could call, and that way I can better let you.
You can call.
Do y'all have a number here
Yes, sir.
directly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You want to write that down and give it to me, so that way it's.
I'll take care of that.
And that way.
And then that way you can talk to him.
Yeah.
And, you know, and while you got him on the phone, educate.
Yes.
You know, talk to him. Say, hey, look, you know, hey, we got up on the wrong. You know, tell him what's going on. That we talked, this and that. And I'm about 100% sure he's not having no problem. He's a good guy. He's not a jerk.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right. Even a jerk would probably apologize if it kept him from.
Well, I don't think he's. I don't even think it's.
Right. No, I get you. No, I was just saying.
It's
Yeah.
More of a thing that him not knowing.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And just being unexpected.
Right.
Stranger
Somebody come
walking down
walking
the hall
in.
with a mask on that's not a typical COVID mask.
Right.
Laying down around the face is not.
Right.
You know what you
It
normally see
raises-
people that wear.
raises people's
still wear-
suspicion.
I understand.
But you know,
And
use this. This is great learning experience.
Yeah. And like I told, I called her Karen because she didn't give me her name over at City Hall.
Mm-hmm.
She, when I went in there on the 13th, she said, she first told me I couldn't be in there. Then whenever I challenged it, said I didn't think the ordinance was constitutional. She said, wearing a mask is unconstitutional.
Yeah, I heard that.
Like,
That's
what
the
are
thing.
you talking about?
And
then she turns right around that same breath and goes to the counter and says, can I get a mask? and puts a mask on. But, you know, several months ago, masks were required.
That's right,
everywhere.
mandated, that's
And now it's funny that you know, they're not.
They're not. Right. Yeah. But just for their information, his name's Matt. I'm not going to the last name. I don't know his last name. I know it starts with an R.
I'm Matt, yeah.
So Matt's going to be the one who's going to be giving y'all a call back and talk to David. And now that you kind of know what's going on, you can explain to David what actually happened and let him know what's going on. And like I say, maybe next time, if there is that next time, which I'm sure it will be, people change faces, change jobs.
Sure.
And this is a good thing. Come in and do your thing.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
And you know, like I say, you're more welcome to the police department anytime you want to, but you just can't come behind them certain
I understand. Well, the good thing is now this building, Mississippi Department of Transportation, knows about the rights, the First Amendment rights.
That's right.
That was a education.
That's right.
Right, educational lesson today, and you know, our rights are that important that it's sad that there's just not enough knowledge and education out there around it. And
I'm gonna tell you,
it's
like I
needed.
say, I knew a little bit about it, But Officer Brown told me a whole lot about it, and I had no idea. I was like, "Are you serious?"
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
All right, good deal.
there's David
Hey.
right there.
Hey,
Hey, David.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. I
Didn't
understand
mean
you
to
didn't.
put my hand, but
Yeah,
not knowing who you were,
I understand.
you know, you just can't be too careful nowadays.
Well, you know, and y'all didn't know I was gonna come in here and I walk around city buildings.
Yeah.
Basically, as I said, our constitutional rights. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I swore an oath to protect and defend our Constitution, and I didn't want to have to go and sign charges on you, David. I wanted you to better understand my reason for being here and give you an opportunity to resolve the issue.
Okay.
And now there's this building. Yeah,
well
absolutely.
today. Like I say, if you ever need anything, you know
Yeah.
my name. Give me a shout. We'll take
Certainly.
care
I appreciate y'all's professionalism.
of it. You're
Definitely.
welcome. Invites anytime. Just let if you need anything, give us a shout.
I won't hear that in Lafayette County.
Well, I don't know about Lafayette County. I don't work there.
I understand. Hey, I appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir.
Y'all
Have a
take
good
care.
day. Yes, sir.
All right. So that was that's your turn to ventful. I wanted to give David the opportunity to do the right thing right there. And at the end of the day, David now better understands about our rights. The First Amendment, the right to record in publicly accessible areas. And it's a learning lesson for Mississippi Department of Transportation. Okay, hopefully they train their employees on things such as this, because hey, as I keep saying, our rights are that important. I'm coming up on an hour on this live stream video, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shut it down at this point. Please share this live stream, and please support your fellow auditors, journalists. Visit my website, www.lafayettms.net, and I also have a Cash App set up for donations, for travel, for miscellaneous, for legal expenses, and that is $1A audit on Cash App. Y'all take care.